Veuillez vous installer. S'il vous plaît, nous allons commencer dans 2 petites minutes. Installez-vous, s'il vous plaît. Chers amis, distinguished guests and members of the National Tourism Confederation, what a pleasure. I really enjoy this time. I really enjoy being here with you. We're gonna do this meeting both in English and we're gonna try from time to time to translate in French. Is everybody okay with English? Or is there some person who doesn't speak English at all? That's a double question. So because we wanted this meeting to be an international event, and we wanted to be with some international speakers. Some of them came from London, some from Spain, some from Paris, some from different destinations, and they are the best travel tech experts of Morocco, and some of the best of the world are with us today. And I'm extremely happy, really, first of all, to see the diversity of the room, to see different faces of both our leaders of the travel and hospitality industry. And I thank them all the presidents of the different federations are with us today. I would like to thank them for being here with us. I'm going to introduce them very fast because they are our clients during these events. They are those who we have to convince. I'm going to start, first of all, of the president of the National Travel Agents Federation, Mr. Semlali, juste pour que tout le monde le voit, si tu peux te lever pour comme ça tu le vois. You can make a big applause, Mr. Semlali. We have a wonderful lady, and we are very proud to have one lady president of Federation in Tourism. She's the president of the Federation of Restaurant Industry. Madame Remili with us here. So both of you, you're gonna have to prepare some questions to challenge and to fire with questions, because we need to make sure that whatever will be said will be for your different industry. We have a freshly nominated president of the National Federation for Investors. And c'est Monsieur Alami Karim qui est avec nous, président de la Fédération nationale de l'industrie hôtelière, the president of the National Federation of the Hospitality Industry, Mr. Zalmat. Et le président du club d'Atlas, à la fois d'Atlas Voyage, je vais dire. Elle n'est pas encore. C'est Azdin Sqali. Bien sûr, nous avons le président du CRT de Rabat qui est avec nous, M. Hassan Bargash. Nous avons plein d'autres présidents, je pourrais présenter tout le monde, mais ce que je voulais vous dire pour commencer, c'est qu'on a voulu un événement de connectivité. On veut connecter le monde, les leaders de l'hospitalité marocaine avec les experts de la travel tech. Il n'y a qu'un seul objectif, c'est de commencer à créer cette cohésion et de commencer à co-construire ensemble et de préparer les prochains défis tous ensemble. So we have only one objective, is to satisfy those guys. I'm talking to the travel tech experts who are with us, as that those are the main clients. They represent the whole industry and they are all with us today, and they will gonna have to prepare some questions to challenge the audience. So I'm gonna just share with you a few words before to start. How many people represent the travel tech industry? Can you raise your hands? Travel tech. Welcome to all the experts of the travel tech. Welcome to Morocco. For those who are traveling away, welcome to the National Tourism Confederation. Donc, je pense que la salle, c'est moitié-moitié entre experts de la travel tech et leaders de l'hospitalité. Rapidement, le thème qu'on a voulu donner à cette réunion, c'est celui de la renaissance. Le thème, the theme we decide to give to this first event is renaissance, because we believe that it's extremely important in this time. We'll never come back to where we were. It's going to be something different. We're going to reburn renaissance. It's an important area to try to build something different all together. And before starting, I would like just to remind, for those who doesn't know what is the mission and the ambition of the National Tourism Confederation, this is what all the different presidents for both region and different business agreed on. Our CNT stands for National Tourism Confederation and stands also for connecter nos talents et connecter nos territoires. Et c'est exactement ce que nous essayons de faire avec ce premier événement, c'est de connecter les territoires et connecter les talents. Autour de la stratégie, il y a une nouvelle ambition, mais il y a également une nouvelle stratégie. J'ai du mal, est-ce qu'on peut passer la slide suivante, s'il vous plaît? The strategy stands in 3 words. The first one is co-constructions, inclusivity, that means inclusion. The second one stands for competitivity, and the third one is sustainability. Those are the 3 main words. Sur la slide suivante, in the next slide, you're gonna see if it works, but doesn't matter. Around those 3 words, you have inclusion, which is what you call co-construction, competitiveness, and sustainability. Whatever, for the panelists, what we expect from you is to share with us your solutions, your recommendation to make sustainable growth. Our ambition in Morocco, we had in 2019, 13 million tourists, and the challenge and how together we can double these figures. Whatever recommendation, this is the main challenge we will have, how technology can help to double the growth. We were around with a growth of 5% before the crisis, medium, average, a growth of 5%, which is not bad. We were in 2019 the leader in Africa, #1 destination in Africa, but we are not happy with this 5%. What we want is to double the growth. And this is one of the main questions where we need the different panelists to share with us their view on the different solution, how we can make it sustainable growth. Why TTM, Travel Tech Morocco? This is a new platform. We are this, we can consider this as the first event or even the beta one. In October, we want to make a bigger one, but we wanted as a first event to start to connect all together, to connect talent, destination, technology experts, distribution, tourism, hospitality leader for this sustainable growth. We wanted from this first event also to be international, as I said in the beginning, and we want through this event to connect those two communities. What are the main questions we're gonna try to answer during this event? Question number one, so how can today technology help promoting a destination? Première question que nous allons essayer de répondre, c'est comment la technologie peut aider une destination. First panel, please be focused on destination. Second panel, deuxième question que nous allons essayer de répondre, c'est comment manager notre distribution online en utilisant et en maximisant l'utilisation de la technologie. Et là, for the second panel, we're going to be focused on enterprises, small and medium one. We're going to be focused on actors, how we can help travel agents, how we can help restaurants, how we can help a hotel to make a better distribution. This is the second panelist focused on business to enterprises. First panel, focus on destinations. Third one, we're gonna invite creatives, and that's what we call creative leaders. And the question we're gonna try to answer, and the challenge for the third panel, is how inspiring context and conversations can drive visibility, engagement, business, and loyalty. Those are the three main challenges for the different panelists. I will end up with this slide. This is the beginning of our ecosystem of travel tech in Morocco. That's the way we want to build it. And we need also your advices, your opinions on how we can grow this ecosystem. I think one of the first meetings we had with Hisham, who is the Vice President of National Tourism Confederation, with the help of Tawfiq Aboudia, who is somewhere behind there, we had our first meeting with the ecosystem of incubators, and we tried to make a partner with them to promote more travel tech solutions. Second initiative, this is live, a collab on the CNT, on the National Tourism Confederation website. You're gonna see a guide, a collaborative guide. It's a kind of directory about all the travel tech solutions existing in Morocco. I'm sure they are not all there. We need your help to, let's say, to develop this directory. And this is also something that's already started. Today, we're in this first travel tech events. We're gonna be a series of events. We have the ambition to make four of them and to make them all international events. Fourth action, we're gonna start, and now I'm calling all the content creators, all the travel tech actors to build a travel tech newsletter to bring solutions from the best of what's the solution existing in Morocco for restaurants, hotels, travel agents, but also a vision from global solutions that are available on the market. Number 5, and this is important, number 5, this event is born during COVID. This event, this idea, it wasn't the right time to do it. During COVID, we all were in Zoom, and I would like to take this opportunity to say how proud am I of all the tourism ecosystem. You have been amazing, all of you, travel agents, hotel, restaurants, in terms of resilience in the most difficult period. You all have been an example for the rest of the world and for the rest of the country. And I would like, from the bottom of my heart, to thank you all for your support during this COVID period. Thank you very much. And thank you, can applaud each other. But so during COVID, we had some meetings and we tried to give contacts. And the event was born during a meeting with Hotel Runner CEO and co-founders. Both of them are here, but they weren't both of them in the call. It was only you. Okay, and during this event, we said that we need to create more collaboration with the tech and travel tech solutions. And we decide to create an advisory board. And the idea is to bring the CEOs like Hotel Runner. There's some other CEOs from other solutions to bring them together, but also to invite CEOs from Instagram or other tech solutions, to bring them all together to build a strong digital strategy for Morocco and to create a business case all put together. So I need also some advices on how we can make this more efficient, how we're going to build the strategy. This is also one of the questions maybe you can answer during this meeting. I will end up with saying thanks. Normally, Mr. Adil Fakir, who is the CEO for the National Tourism Board, was supposed to be with us. Unfortunately, he couldn't be with us, but I would like to take this opportunity to thank him and his team, because there's part of his team with us, to thank them for their effort and support and all what they are doing for the National Tourism Confederation and for the industry of tourism in Morocco. They've launched, we are very proud of this Morocco Kingdom of Light. This is the new campaign that's been launched digitally and worldwide. We're gonna just, before inviting the first panelists to the stage, show you very fast this movie for those from coming abroad to have an idea of how we are trying to promote Morocco today all around the world. Let's see this movie and we're gonna go directly to the first panel. Okay, so it's not the full movie. There's something missing there, but it's no problem. I think it gives you a small idea of this new campaign launched by the Moroccan National Tourism Board in 22 countries at the same time. And it's huge on digital and huge all around the world. And it comes at the right time, actually, for the industry. So, first panel that we're gonna invite on stage. Premier panel que nous allons inviter sur scène. Si on a la slide des panélistes, s'il vous plaît. This is the fourth one. The third one. Voilà. Mr. Ali Benken, founder and managing partner for Hotel Runner, please. Mr. Yahya Abbasi, il fait partie des talents, comité des experts du digital dans ce pays et du comité des jeunes de la CNT. C'est Yahya, founder Casbah Tourism Development. Mr. Schaefer, are you here? Mr. Schaefer, please, on stage. This is the VP for Giata. Vice President Giata. Mr. Arden, coming from London, founder and managing partner for Hotel Runner 2. Et le dernier devait être avec nous, mais il va être avec nous à distance. il a une petite contrainte, c'est Seatman Ibn Razala, c'est aussi un des talents agents de voyage et aussi incubateur de start-up et expert dans le digital, entre autres. Il fera une intervention live, donc on va se connecter avec lui tout à l'heure pour pouvoir avoir son point de vue. So you have the microphones. Can you please take the microphones? We're gonna start directly this first panel. Mais avant, je vais peut-être demander au président de nous poser, de nous dire qu'est-ce qu'ils attendent ou quelles sont les questions qu'ils aimeraient qu'on traite durant cette réunion. Madame Remeli, tu veux commencer? Non? Karim?
Welcome to you in Rabat in Morocco. What we'd like to be or to know this afternoon is how technology can provide an assistance and an expertise to develop a strategy for, let's say, Moroccan enterprises. That's all. How strategy can match with technology, and how should we undertake, I mean, those problems regarding the actual situation, of course, of tourism in Morocco and all over the world.
You are so welcome. I will say, as said Mr. Karim, but I will ask you, what can you do for the small and the middle hotels? Because the bigger hotels, they have the volunteer, they have the investment, they are able to work and to make everything. But for the small and the middle hotels, we don't have it. So what can you do? Simple, easily, like we said before this morning, step by step, can make the small hotels and the middle going in this way, in the right way, to become. Thank you, Mr. Zaman. Thank you.
It's really a big pleasure that the CNT organized this meeting, and it's really one of maybe the most interesting meeting about the travel tech technology. We would like to know if this regulation can really be in the service of the distribution in general, especially the travel agency, and how can or what we have to do to be really in the stage of some other countries, especially in Europe or in America. Thank you.
So, hello, thank you for inviting me today to this meeting. So, I think that the travel tech is the future. It's the future of the world, and especially in Morocco, we need it. It's the beginning of a revolution. And I'm speaking about restaurants. I think that we need technology because we don't have. We have nothing. Now we have nothing, and we need to improve our marketing. We need to improve a lot of things. And I think that with technology, we will arrive to do it. And it's very, very important for us now. Thank you.
You all have to prepare some questions. If I can take 2 other questions, if somebody wants to ask questions to the first panel, and you have the possibility to ask questions to the other panels. I take if there is any other, someone, one question une fois. You have a question. One is here and second is here.
Thank you for preparing this meeting, which is interesting and coming at a very important time for the renaissance of tourism in Morocco. I would like just to ask one question about technology. Technology is, of course, something very positive, but should it have some limits in order not to be controlled by technology, that to have that kind of power that technology gives should be somewhat controlled, not controlled by. Thank you.
Discussion with the panelists.
You know, I'm not going to judge your answers right away. I'm going to give you the time to answer everyone and all the questions that were asked. But ideally, we'd like for all the actors in the tourism industry to be included in promoting a destination. Usually we are talking about hotels, we're talking about websites, we're talking about search engines and things like that. But we seem to always put the intermediary, which is a travel agency, on the side when we're thinking about all these things. Ideally, we would like to have something that can include all the parties involved in promoting a destination. Everyone believes that they do more than the other, and this is human nature. But the goal is to all of us put hand in hand together and do something for the benefit of the country.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Je pense qu'on peut applaudir les premières personnes qui ont joué le jeu pour les questions. Et n'hésitez pas à préparer des questions pour les panels suivants. Let's start our first session, first question, and we're going to start with Ali. You are one of the person who made it happen, who made the event happen. It was during a COVID. We've dreamed to make this to open this discussion, and it happens. So please, you can introduce yourself if you want in a few words, and then answer the question on how can today technology help promoting a destination. The floor is yours.
First of all, it's my pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting us, by the way. Without you, it would be impossible. You know, it's all about setting a vision for the country. So then we are just the players here. That's it. So if you don't have the vision, it would be impossible. So my name is Ali. So I am one of the co-founder of Hotel Runner. So we are mainly doing in a travel tech business, available in 193 countries. You know, we heard many different questions here. All of them are ending up in implementing the technology. But just forget the technology just for a minute. So when you start transforming something, you set the level for your mindset as a country, as a you know, the institutions, as all the corporates available in Morocco. So you need to change the mindset. You need to set the mindset into a transformation. Transformation requires a strong collaboration. So we need to collaborate together in a very deterministic, strategic, and disciplined way. If you would like to take the much more market share in the global arena, so we need to collaborate seamlessly. So this is number one, so setting the transformation mindset. And the second one is destination. So the destination is consisting of, to be honest, several things. So the one of them is the product itself. So the one question is immediately popping up in my mind as, do we have the precise product catalog of Morocco? What are we advertising in the overseas? I mean, beaches, museums, hotels, beautiful cuisine, gastronomy. So do we have the digital version of our product catalog? And the second one is, are those products reachable? What I mean with the reachable is a physical reachable. I mean, transportation-wise. Do we have roads, highways? When we have the visitors here, are they be able to reach out to those destinations? When we have the enough product catalog and transportation and adequate level of this kind of infrastructure, then we can start talking about the advertising overseas, okay? So when it comes to advertising the destinations, so one of the key, obviously, basic instinct is just making marketing. Taking beautiful videos, actually making it available across all the markets, and that's it. However, we need to also transform this mindset from marketing to funnel marketing. What does it mean? We are spending fortune as a Morocco into the marketing. So the question is, how much are we converting? So we are bringing too much traffic, most probably, by paying into the advertisement channels. They are visiting one by one our official website of Morocco, a destination website. But the question is, are they converting? Which visitors are coming? Which type of visitors are looking at which product? For example, maybe Americans are interested in with the cuisine, but the Europeans are interested in with beautiful beaches. Maybe the Chinese, they are looking for, but they are not finding how to book. Are all of our properties are available in the local Chinese market? We don't know. In order to actually address these issues, we need to convert. We need to understand the conversion dynamics. And the other mindset that we need to set is, this is a serious infrastructure problem. I'm 100% sure that this government has already been addressed for example, the telecommunication infrastructure decades ago, okay? Electricity infrastructure decades ago, maybe 100 years ago, or other types of electricity, gas, water infrastructure. And this transformation is another level of transformation, another level of infrastructure we need to build together. It's an infrastructure problem. It's not only a technology problem. So if you look at from this perspective, it's a serious problem. So we need to address last mile problem for our beautiful travel agencies, beautiful properties, any product, including restaurants and other products. So we need to digitize them one by one and build a connected environment, because every guest is looking for a connected experience. I would like to share only one business case, and I'm handing over to other, the distinguished panelists. So we prepared the business case for you before we come here. We just started to understand, which we call it discovery phase, how we can help the Moroccan actually travel industry. We actually digitized roughly about 150 hotels here together. And we had a beautiful numbers. For example, year on year, comparing with the 2019 and the 2022, we grew average stay duration on 150%. 150%. ADRs, almost 200%. Even comparing with the 2019 and 2022, our ADR growth rate that we are expecting in this country for December timeframe is 150%, which means that on a dollar basis, by the way, not a local currency basis, which means that visitors are there and they are willing to pay even more. If you make all of our products available across all the market, if we can make it visible and if we can make them worldwide bookable, then eventually, most probably as government, we will be catching an incremental year-on-year growth from number of visitors perspective, as well as number of total transaction value perspective. And eventually it will turn into obviously different types of economic value for the government as well.
Thank you, Ali. I would like now first to ask Yahya. You're gonna have two roles. First one is to share your thoughts on this issue of how technology can help promoting a destination. But second, you have another mission, is to sum up at the end in French for those maybe who didn't catch it all, like that we make sure that everybody's following at the end of this session. So first, now as a panelist, what's your thoughts on promoting a destination and technology?
Thank you very much, Mr. Bentahar. Thank you, Mr. Belkin, for this great mise en bouche, if you want, to this subject and to this panel. And effectively, we have talked endlessly about this subject that is very important. Endlessly is not to be taken in a pejorative way here, because we have to talk endlessly about it in order to find new ways. It's not a subject that is static in time when you're in place. the subject that is always moving, how to promote a destination, how to promote the ecosystem of actors that is in a destination. So my 2 cents, if you want, on the subject, and it can't be covered, from side to side, but I will try to cover some main issues that are for me are important. And I heard some questions that actually made it obvious that it is important. First of all, the basics to digitalize. Mr. Zalmat talked about how can a small and medium actor, sometimes how can big actors with plenty of money digitalize their operations? It's a question that many ask. Some invest in, not a lot succeed in. So the funnel, if you want, is not as the success rate is not as interesting as you would want it to be. And I think, and I'm saying this with the utmost respect for all the operators, but I think there's a lack of creativity somewhere. We are in a sector that is very special in the ways we can imagine it, the ways we can sell it, the products we propose. But what happened when we started digitalizing is that we took our business models how they were when we didn't need to do digital, and we applied those same business models to the internet. While the internet is a world of possibilities, let me give an example. If I'll take the travel agency as an example, when we wanted to see travel agencies digitalize their operations, what we saw is there was a lot, like thousands upon thousands of them, create websites where they sold their products at the same way as every other person. So we had like a 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 actors of tourism doing exactly the same thing. So who won in this? The only people who won who had enough marketing budget, enough budget to pay good people, like good talents, to retain them, etc. So it was at the end of the time, and not always, the bigger ones that invested in it and that took it seriously, that made something out of it. Some exceptions may arise, but I don't think the exceptions can make up the rules. So that's for this side. I think we have to instill some creativity in the process. We have to think it outside of the box, and when we think it outside of the box, we find out that in travel agencies or in hotels or in renting apartments or in any business we want, even the lodging business, there's many ways we can think outside the box. Lately, I've seen internationally the debate that is arising about the long stay segment and how interesting it could be, and how can lodging industry giants adapt to this segment. So people are continuously looking for ways to adapt and to respond to certain needs. And that is very good. That is a very good way of doing it. I think that was the first point that I wanted to kind of mention, which is let's be more creative. The second point is which is a point that we often talk about, is the data point. Data, not only statistical data, like how many people visit my site, etc. So that's the entree, if you want. But the real data that is interesting, or the kind of types of data that may be interesting, first of all, as you said, do we have the product? Yes. Where do we have the product digitally? If you in London or in Turkey or in Spain or I don't know where in the world want to use this data to sell this product, or to use the keywords to put forward the destination, and I don't give you the content, which is the basic, you're not going to find much to talk about. So I think, first of all, we have to start being more open about the data we have. There is data that we have to preserve, that we have to hide from the competitors. There's data that we have to open because it makes the other strong, but it makes me strong at the same time. And then when we do this basic side of it, we can go above and beyond and say, now I want to know in this country, in these segments, what people are interested in. How can I target them with these kind of ads? What are they looking for? Should I go to this Chinese tourist and tell them that this beachside resort is interesting? Is it a segment that they're interested in? We don't have data. You can talk to other professionals. They will tell you, yeah, no, it's not a good idea. They're not very interested, but that's a very artisanal way of doing things. The good way of doing things is having a source that is giving me the trusted data that is collected from many sources, and those sources can be used by all the travel agencies, all the hotels, all the actors of the sector, which is how we can evolve together. And those kind of data are going to be useful for the small, for the medium, and for the bigger actors.
Thank you, Yahya. I think you touch, it's the word collaboration that have been mentioned with the, in the beginning with Ali. It was one of the first collaboration gonna start with the different panelists and with hotel runner, particularly is sharing data together. And all the panelists will be in this new platform that we are creating. The main idea, because they have international data about all the markets and what's the trends that's happening everywhere. And with this international vision, we have the Vice President of JIATA with us. Mr. Schaefer, can you please share with us your thoughts concerning promoting a destination using tech? Maybe some data you can share also.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm very honored and feel very honored to be here to represent somehow Germany as well. Let me come to what you both just said. This is my data. Shall we share? Shall we not share? The new generation is a sharing generation. They believe in sharing cars, sharing everything, you know. And we as an industry should come to a stage where we share our data for all benefit. Okay, so don't try to hide anything. That's one of my suggestions. Second, I would like to comment on what my partner on the right-hand side has just said. Be innovative in processes, in creating new processes, because a lot of people think that tech is a miracle and it will solve all your problems. It will not. First of all, you need to look into your processes and then try to get the right technology that helps you. I just recently heard somebody saying, if you have a shitty process that you digitalize, then you will get a digitalized shitty process. So it doesn't help to just look into technology, look into the process itself. Now, there was one topic says, what's the right strategy to promote a country, promote a destination? My suggestion here is it's not one strategy. It must be a bunch of a lot of different strategies, because a trend in this environment is personalization. People want to be addressed, personalized. So a one strategy, one campaign to all the markets will fail. If you talk to Chinese, you have to talk to the Chinese how the Chinese love to talk and how they perceive. So you have to have a strategy that is open-minded and create targeted campaigns to targeted groups, and use big data. What you just said again, use big data to select this target group. Now, coming from Germany, my suggestion is keep Germany as a target group there, because Germany has got very well through the pandemic times. And believe it or not, the majority of people in Germany saved money during the pandemic because they kept their job. And if they were not allowed to work, they still get their money a little less than they used to do, but they spent much less because they had nothing to spend for. Hotels were closed, entertainment were closed, restaurants were closed, shopping was no fun anymore. So they have saved money and they're willing to spend it now. And they're especially willing to spend it for travel. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not the time to just raise prices and get most of it, but it's the time to sell up, upsell, cross-sell. This is the time to sell your suite. This is the time to sell the better wine in your restaurant. It's the time to sell the most prestigious excursion if you're a travel agency. People are willing to pay for this extra service, for this extra quality. And with this, I think I'm almost through. So be more personalized, be more specialized for target groups. Now, when it comes to smaller and medium-sized hotels, now, unfortunately, the person has just left. Yes, I think technology can help, especially small and medium-sized companies, because they don't have the investment to create their own technology departments, but they can use tech partners like you see them over here, like there are more in there. Use them, use their service, use their expertise. For example, Giatta is a distributor for content, and we don't make any difference if this is a large chain or if this is an individual hotel. We help them the same way.
Can you just say a few words about the kind of content or how it does it work with Giatta?
Well, we are taking care of all content but prices and availability. So anything else, be it the pictures, the descriptions, the facts of your hotel, of your excursions, especially hotels. Now, we believe that it's very important to show much more than just a price. You need to show what the customer, what the traveler can expect. And actually, nowadays, people expect more information than before. They literally want to feel how it is where they are planning to go before they go. So they want to see especially the shared spaces. So the restaurant area, the bar area, the pool area, the beach area. They want to see all of this, not only the hotel room. But when it comes to hotel rooms, they want to see exactly the suite, the deluxe room, the sea view from the room. They want to see that before they make their decision. And technology can help you to distribute all this information, all these nice pictures, all the nice descriptions, so that people can make their mind, am I going to use the suite or am I going to use the standard room?
Thank you very much. Mr. Arden, can you please share with us your thoughts on this subject too?
Thank you very much again for this great opportunity to be here. I'm extremely happy because actually we were waiting for more than 2 years to come here. Just right before the pandemic, we planned everything and we got hit by the pandemic and we had to postpone our dreams. Now we are here much more powerful than ever, and we are ready to digitalize the Moroccan travel industry and also the industries working with the travel industry. So I would like to touch base first on the digitalization and the collaboration today in order to address most of the questions that the audience had. So the most important piece for me and for our company, for our vision, is the digitalization. So it starts with the hotels and the accommodations, all types of accommodations, I mean, like daily rentals, riads and hotels and everything. And also the other players like travel agencies, tour operators, experience providers and everything. So if we are able to digitalize the hotels and the rest of the players in the travel industry, we create the connected experience, the connected trip experience. The digital integrated experience helps the guests as well to find whatever they want. Because today, the guests are already digital. So we are dealing with the new generations of the guests, and they are finding and booking everything online. They don't want to go to a travel agency and discuss with them what they can book for their next trip. They are just taking out their mobile phones, they are taking out their Apple Watches, and they are just right away. They are checking the prices from different mediums. They are looking for price discrepancies. They are finding everything. You cannot mess with this new generation. So you need to be very digital, very visible, and extremely bookable. So these are very important for the travel industry players. When we went into business, actually 11 years ago with my co-founder Ali, we have seen that the travel industry was extremely underrepresented online. We wanted to start with the digitalization of hotels, and we have provided the hotels with a free website and the booking engine to digitalize their inventory and make them visible. And they went to actually open their direct channel in order to help them get direct bookings from their website. Then we have realized that the other players are also lacking the integrations and lacking the connectivity. So we saw that these travel agencies are not able to work efficiently with the hotels because all the transactions were going through emails, going through phone calls, going through messages, and the messages were lost between the parties, and it was causing extreme problems in terms of availability, pricing, and it was at the end causing the guest dissatisfaction. So we wanted to connect all these players into our platform, and then we digitalized their transactions and their relationship. We kept adding other players in order to create a bigger travel economy, a bigger network where we can enjoy having all these players increasing their revenues and increasing their profitability. So this was our dream, and we made it true, hopefully, thanks to our partners like you, and thanks to the destinations who are actually having the desire to digitalize their life and their business. The desire is extremely important, because when we go to a hotel, for example, when we explain the digitalization, they just give a reaction because they have a system. I don't want to call it shitty, but it is. So they mostly have a system. They mostly have a book or whatever, an old school methodology to track their reservations or receive bookings and so on. When we explain the new way of doing things, they immediately react because it's difficult. It's difficult to understand at the first sight. But when they are convinced, when they have the desire, they just implement what we say, and then they immediately see the results. When we implement a technology solution, an end-to-end technology solution integrated with other players, other collaborators of the industry, we see that the numbers are driving up, tripling, quadrupling. So this is creating an extreme benefit for both the hotel side and for both the seller side. As we call it, the supply side and the demand side. We are here as the technology providers to create the link between the supply and the demand, and we are here to increase the profitability of both sides. We are helping the demand side players to get the digital inventory, digital contracts, and in real-time inventory, real-time prices, and we are helping the hotels to find different demand players from different geographies, like from China, from Turkey, from France. So in order to diversify their portfolio, the hoteliers must join this digital revolution and this travel renaissance, and then they have to actually have the desire to work with technology companies to grow their business.
Thank you very much, Adem. Now I'm gonna ask you to connect with Othman. I don't know if Othman Ibn Ghazala is live with us. Othman, do you hear me?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me?
Hi, Othman.
Hi,
We wish you could be with us. But anyway, thanks to technology, we've been able to make it and to have you with us. Can you please, have you heard what have been said till now?
Yes, sure. I was live with you
Perfect.
since the beginning.
So, Othman, the floor is yours. Please react to what you've heard, to the questions, and share with us your thoughts, please.
Thank you very much, Hamid. I'm glad to be with you, thanks to technology, as you just said. I'm from Rabat, so I'm glad that you are all visiting my city. Please use this opportunity to realize that there is a nightlife in Rabat. It will be hard for me to add something new after what I heard. I really share what I heard from the other distinguished panelists, especially regarding content, and I will insist on this part. Content is absolutely key. Bill Gates said that content is king, and he said that in 1996. So more than 25 years later, it's never been more true. And content is absolutely key to promoting a destination. We are lucky in Morocco to have some institutional actors who do a great job in content creation, either photo or video, and who do a great job to promoting this content. But to have enough content and to be able to make a destination present online and to have its market share online, we need much more content creation. And institutional actors can do the job alone. Even corporate actors can do the job alone. But in Morocco, we already lack content creation from the corporate actors, the big and the small ones. But what will really make a big difference in content creation for a destination is the content creation made by the visitors themselves, from the users, actually. It's the same for a hotel. And now more and more hotels are realizing that, and they are trying to push their guests to create more and more content themselves, to post it themselves online, to tag the hotel, to tag the destination, and to make the destination more alive. Because when another customer sees this experience through the experience of another customer, a past one, it will be more authentic, and it will be more likely to give him the intention to book. So the content created by other guests, by other travelers, is much more powerful than the institutional or the corporate one, the commercial one. So we need to make the travelers create more content everywhere they go. And for that, there are some tools that have been created in other places and in other destinations, the more innovative ones, not always the most developed ones, such as Costa Rica, such as Iceland, such as Rwanda. There are some destinations that have been very good at creating content and using all the tools that are at their disposal, such as the social media, but not only, some new startups, travel tech startups that create some matchmaking applications. It's basically applications that, based on your interests, will introduce you to other travelers that share the same interests as you do and who will be visiting the destination in the same time. So they will help you to connect and to enhance your experience of travel. So this kind of apps incitates the travelers to post their content on these apps. So it's a double job. One, for the first objective that is obtained is that you make them create content, but the second one is that you can collect many data on the travelers. So earlier, some other panelists talked about the data, but I had this impression that it was data on the infrastructures, on the hotels, but for me as a travel agent, the most important data that I could get is the data on the travelers themselves. In the banking industry, we talk about know your client, know your customer, but in the travel industry, it will be even more powerful to know your traveler, know your tourist, know your user. We can call it whatever we want, but it is very, very important to know them and to know their behavior in order to convert them another time based on their interest, based on what they like to do when they are on travel, what they like to eat, what activities they like, what is their passion, and what passion they want to travel through. For example, there are some people who travel only through their sports activities. This will be the #1 key decision factor in their destination, where they can keep running on the beach, where they can do some hiking, where they can do some kite surfing, or maybe not sports activities, maybe some cultural ones, when they can dance, where they can dance salsa, tango, and they will definitely avoid the destination where they won't find their passion at all. So we need to make the guests tell us more about them, but on a tech way, which is where they go and how we can track them thanks to cookies. Most of you know what cookies are, and if you don't, I highly recommend you to Google cookies online. But thanks to cookies and thanks to the applications and websites, we can know more and more and more about what the travelers like to eat, what they like to do, and we should use that data to adapt the destination to the demand, the needs of the travelers. So we will get to convert more new travelers, new customers who never visited Morocco before. And more importantly, we will be much better at getting back those who already visited Morocco. So
thank you.
Was my...
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
If you have, because I'm gonna ask all the panelists now in 2 or 3 words maximum to tell me if there is 3 things to keep in mind to succeed in using tech to promote a destination. What will be the 3 elements we should keep in mind? Othman?
Well, tech is very interconnected. We need infrastructure, we need software, we need many things. But for me, there won't be 3. I will insist on really one aspect that would be content.
Content. Okay. Thank you, Othman.
Thank you very much, Hamid. Thank you all.
Let's go ahead. If there is 1, 2, 3 maximum.
I have many, but let's prioritize. The first one would be have the desire to digitalize your operations and business. Second one is please invest in branding. And third one, please work with the national agencies and associations and influencers, this type of thought leaders in order to understand what's coming next for this industry.
Thank you very much.
Okay, 3 ones I have as well. First one is collaboration of all the partners in the industry. Second one, personalization. Go personalize in your offers. And the third one, I would like add an attribute to content, consistent content. Content should look the same. I like user-driven content, but user-driven content should look the same as your own content. Then it's consistent and then people know what they can expect.
Thank you. Yahya? 3, 1, 2, 3. Last message.
3 recommendation. First of all is to be more obsessed with the client, not by the client. Be more obsessed with the behavior, the consuming behavior of the client, instead of being obsessed with what I think is right or wrong. Because what the one who creates the product, think is right or wrong, is interesting, is not what the client necessarily thinks. Second thing is data governance. We should all implement, even small, medium, we can all implement a little data governance in our corporate structures, in order to make it more organized and use it. And third, promoting destination and promoting products is not a one size fits all. If someone succeeds, doesn't mean that if I do exactly the same thing, I will succeed. To each one his calling.
Thank you. Ali, last word of the panel is yours.
Thank you so much. So focus on conversion. Whatever we do, we have to convert. We have to convert more visitors. We need to double the number of visitors. We need to double the revenues of the country. So focus on conversion. Second one is build a sustainable infrastructure. Whatever we do, it has to be sustainable for the next generation of this country. We don't need to build something for today. We need to build for the next generations for this country. And the third one is whatever we do, we have to make Morocco visible across all the globe. Focus on visibility.
Thank you very much. Ali, I would like that you, at the end of the session, I would like that you react on the 2 next panels to have your final conclusion at the end of the session. Yahya, you had a mission to translate in French the main messages of all what have been said till now. On peut l'encourager, il va essayer de faire une traduction rapide en français pour ceux qui ont...
Bon, on va s'essayer la traduction non simultanée cette fois-ci. Donc, pour Monsieur Belken, la priorité, ce qu'il a discuté en priorité, c'était l'infrastructure. C'est-à-dire, commençons par la base, commençons par les débuts. Est-ce qu'on a une infrastructure à promouvoir avant d'aller faire de la promotion? Et si oui, est-ce que cette infrastructure est accessible? Dans l'accessibilité physique, c'est-à-dire quand on vend un produit, est-ce que moi, en tant que client, je peux aller visiter ce produit? For all you know, I'm butchering your your intervention, but I'm forgiven, right? Okay. Ce que je disais, c'est qu'effectivement, il faut chercher est-ce que cette infrastructure, ce produit-là est accessible. S'il l'est, ben là, c'est là où on commence à être un peu plus obsédé par la conversion. J'ai un produit que je veux vendre et que je veux convertir afin de générer des revenus. C'est pour ça qu'on crée des produits. Et donc, thank you for the, for the interaction. It's really helpful, even if you don't understand much French, but it's really. Et donc, dans cette conversion, est-ce que le marché est réactif à ce que je suis en train de proposer? Ça veut dire, je vais vers le marché X, Y ou Z. Est-ce qu'il est réactif à ce que je propose ou pas du tout? Est-ce que le segment que je cible sont réactifs ou est-ce que vraiment je n'ai pas bien assimiler mon bon ciblage et le bon marché que je dois aller chercher. L'exemple que vous avez mentionné tout à l'heure, c'était la différence entre 2019 et 2022, qui est un chiffre très révélateur, augmenter de 200% le revenu généré pour les hôtels en 3 années, entre 2 années de crise, et avoir des chiffres qui se boostent. Ça veut dire que de un, il y a davantage de prise de conscience par rapport à la digitalisation, davantage d'acteurs qui vont vers cette digitalisation, et ça leur crée des revenus, ça leur crée de nouveaux moyens de toucher des clients. Après, Monsieur Schaeffer, vous avez parlé vous avez tout d'abord parlé de la data. Et il faut être plus collaboratif. Vous avez dit que cette nouvelle génération est une génération qui priorise la data ouverte. D'ailleurs, effectivement, c'est une génération de l'open data, une génération une génération de l'utilisation libre de codes, d'outils, de contenus, etc. Donc, tout à fait. Après, vous avez dit, vous avez encore une fois raison là-dessus, la technologie ne règle pas l'ensemble des soucis qu'ont les acteurs. Tech won't solve your problems. Parce que la technologie n'est qu'un outil qui vous permet de créer X business model, Y outils, Z solutions afin de répondre à un besoin. Donc, il faut voir à l'intérieur, il faut voir les process, il faut voir est-ce que vous avez de bons process ou est-ce que vous avez de mauvais process au lieu de dire l'autre mot. Et donc, et l'approche, je vais le résumer comme ça, l'approche one size fits all, ça ne marche pas du tout parce que à chacun sa manière de faire et chacun doit trouver comment faire et comment attirer sa clientèle et son public parce que chacun a sa spécialité et sa manière de faire. Après, Monsieur Harden, vous avez traité de la nouvelle génération qui est là. Malheureusement pour moi, j'ai quelqu'un qui comprend un petit peu français, donc si je zappe quelque chose, vous pouvez toujours me corriger. Et donc, vous avez parlé d'une génération nouvelle qui est totalement digitalisée, et donc les acteurs, ceux qui ont le produit doivent être, vous avez utilisé 3 termes qui pour moi sont très importants, doivent être visibles, bookable, c'est-à-dire peuvent être réservables, et fully digitalized, c'est-à-dire prêts à accueillir ce monde dans le digital, dans le net et dans les différents canaux possibles. Et d'ailleurs, vous avez dit que c'est la raison principale ou l'une des raisons principales pourquoi vous avez créé Hotel Runner, c'est pour me permettre de construire ce pont entre ce monde qui n'est pas du tout digitalisé, ces produits qui sont des fois souvent intéressants mais pas du tout digitalisés, et ce public qui cherche un produit mais qui ne le trouve pas parce qu'il est complètement absent, non-bookable, invisible tout simplement. Et donc, et là, vous avez vu que comment certains hôtels, les hôtels qui ont suivi ce parcours de digitalisation, comment les résultats se sont fait voir quand ils ont adopté cela, à l'opposé d'un certain nombre d'hôtels qui ont préféré rester dans les anciennes méthodes, qui souffrent ou qui ont péri de ces anciennes méthodes. Et l'opposé de cette approche était toutes ces personnes et tous ces organismes-là qui ont voulu prendre le risque, adopter le changement, parce que c'est difficile un petit peu le changement pour beaucoup, pour tout le monde. Et donc, ils ont vu des résultats tout à fait positifs et encourageants. Pour finir avec Monsieur Hetman Ibn Ghazala, que je salue à l'occasion. Et donc, pour Hetman, le point focal sur lequel il s'est concentré sur le contenu, content is key. Après, il a cité Bill Gates pour dire content is king. Effectivement, ce qu'il a dit en 95, I think. Et donc, une destination, il a parlé du fait que le contenu manque encore. Il faut toujours continuellement travailler sur du contenu, que ce soit pour les corporates, pour le privé ou le public, mais il a focusé plus sur le privé, étant lui-même agent de voyage, entre autres. Et donc, pour lui, l'agent de voyage, l'acteur privé doit créer beaucoup plus de contenu parce que c'est ce contenu-là qui va séduire, qui va intéresser, qui va attirer, qui va convertir et qui va faire que les gens reviennent par la suite. Il ne faut pas s'attendre toujours à ce que l'État ou les organismes para-étatiques ou les offices, etc., fassent ce travail-là, parce qu'il y a un travail direct sur le produit qui doit se faire, et ce travail direct pour attirer vers mon produit se fait tout d'abord, avant tout et après tout, par le contenu que je crée moi directement, mais aussi par le contenu que je fais créer par les autres acteurs qui viennent me voir, en l'occurrence des influenceurs, en l'occurrence des blogueurs, en l'occurrence des journalistes, etc., etc. Donc, le deuxième point, le dernier point de Hetman Ibn Ghazala, c'était le point de la donnée. Pour lui, la donnée est très importante et lui, en tant qu'agent de voyage, il a besoin de données actionable, une donnée qu'il peut utiliser pour savoir quel marché cibler, avec quel message cibler et ne pas commencer à perdre de l'argent limité, bien sûr, des moyens sont limités, sur des marchés qui ne vont pas donner de résultats avec les mauvais messages. Merci.
Je pense qu'on peut l'applaudir. Et son intervention à lui, il l'a pas traduite. On a-
J'ai résumé tout le monde sauf moi-même.
Voilà. Mais, vas-y, tu peux, hein, si tu veux repasser tes messages à toi.
Donc, ce que je disais, c'est que effectivement, ce dont on a besoin dans le secteur, c'est peut-être d'être un peu plus créatif et d'accepter cette mentalité de crash and burn. Là, j'utilise l'anglais pour le français, c'est-à-dire n'hésitant pas à vraiment se casser les dents pour essayer des choses, parce que ça fait partie du process. Hein. Les entreprises, les petites entreprises, quand elles commencent, elles se cassent les dents, se relèvent, se cassent les dents. Il ne faut pas perdre cet élément de l'ADN. Et si on le perd, il faut chercher à l'instiller d'une manière ou d'une autre à travers l'intrapreneuriat ou à travers plusieurs choses qui nous permettent d'être toujours créatifs et toujours chercher de nouvelles solutions. Voilà.
Merci beaucoup, Yahya. Je pense qu'on peut les applaudir tous très, très fort. Ils seront avec nous jusqu'à la fin. They're going to stay with us till the end. Je voulais juste 2-3 messages, moi, personnellement. Le premier, c'est sur le sharing data. Je voudrais dire qu'il y a une partie de l'équipe de l'Office du tourisme avec nous. Notre prochain événement Travel Tech, on va le faire avec l'Office du tourisme sur l'open data. Vous avez entendu parler avec la Confédération du tourisme. Nous allons avoir pour tous les membres des accès sur de la data qualifiée sur les consommateurs de très grande qualité, qui jusqu'à présent n'était pas forcément sharing, mais qui va être partagé. Également avec tous les panélistes. Avec certains, on va signer une convention avec Hotel Runner justement sur le sujet du partage de la data qu'on mettra à la disposition des membres. Je ne sais pas encore quel type de data on peut faire avec Giata et comment on peut développer une collaboration un peu plus loin, mais il y a des startups marocaines qui sont avec nous, qui ont aussi accepté de travailler avec nous en open data avec les membres de la CNT. Donc, c'est un projet qui me tient au cœur et c'est un des focus. Si cette première édition, on l'a fait focus distribution, la prochaine, on la gardera la distrib, mais on fera un focus sur la partie open data pour commencer à la partager avec les membres. Merci infiniment. Et vous pouvez les accompagner avec un tonnerre d'applaudissements, s'il vous plaît. On va inviter tout de suite le deuxième panel. We're going to invite right now the second panel. Et on fera la pause juste après. Je sais que après déjeuner, c'est un peu dur. Hein? Et les gens du tourisme aiment bien bouger. Hein? Donc, pour le deuxième panel, vous n'êtes pas obligé de donner un tonnerre d'applaudissements. Vous faites un seul coup d'applaudissement. Un seul. Allez-y. Non, un. Si, à des collaborations devant, on va la faire. En attendant qu'ils s'installent, installez-vous, s'il vous plaît. Un seul. 3, 4. Tu es le maillon faible. Dehors. Are you ready? 3, 4. Ah, parfait. Ils sont installés. Et pour modérer ce deuxième panel, to moderate the second panel, I'm gonna hand the microphone to Zineb. Zineb, elle va se présenter puis elle va prendre le relais. La parole est à toi.
Bonjour tout le monde. Good afternoon, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Zineb. Well, I started in this industry like 17 years ago. I have few gray hairs that I hide quite good. So yeah, very happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I will have the mission to maybe moderate this wonderful crew. So please behave. We shared an evening last night, so it was quite animated. So yeah, to introduce myself quickly. Let's say that I have a cause. My cause is to help small independent hotels, travel agents to act like big ones. I had the chance to work for multinational industries, and today I have the feeling that I need to bring this help to small entities. So that's why Hotel Rêve exists. And if I may, maybe I'll take 2 minutes from your time and make a small flashback here. 2 years ago, when I just started with a lot of debts, I was fully pregnant, going to deliver in maybe few days. I was in this hotel, and you know what? I just signed my first client. I couldn't believe it myself. So thank you for the CEO of this group. Thank you for the managing director, Mr. Ben Amour, and Mr. at Manhlu. And of course, I will never forget the teams. So thank you for the great job that we are doing together, and the best is yet to come. So yeah, let's go quickly to one of my favorite topics, which is distribution. So maybe I'll give a chance to this distinguished panelists to introduce themselves, and I'll start with you, Lisa.
Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank you to invited to be here. And also I would like to thank you to this organization and give a chance to help this travel market to digitize. So my name is Riza. I am director of demand at Hotel Runner. I am with this company from the beginning. So I'm so happy to be here with you guys. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Thank you for the organization of the first edition of Travel Tech. I'm Mohamed Kasmi. I'm the CEO of Fractalite. Basically, I'm an IT engineer and travel enthusiast. This is why I left telecommunication and finance to create Fractalite in 2010 to be a company for travel tech. And now we are here with a lot of solutions for small businesses, travel agency, and hotels. Thank you.
Thank you. Guillaume, please, if you can introduce yourself.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Guillaume Sardin. I'm representing Ideas. So it's here to nurture all the small and medium business, mainly for hotels, not only in the revenue management solution. So it's an American company, and I'm the representing person for France, Belgium, and obviously Morocco as well. So it's a great honor for our first participation on the Morocco Travel Tech. And I'm happy to have Dineb here to talk about more revenue and how we can make it easier for hotels in general. Thank you.
Thank you, Guillaume. Fouad?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Fouad Pelasri. I'm Moroccan. I'm born and raised in Morocco. I am the founder of Pivot Travel Management. It's a company that provides a nurture platform for distribution and reservation dedicated to professionals. So we are focusing on tour and activities segment, and also in an indirect way, accommodation and airlines through third parties integration like GDS and bed banks and so on. Thank you very much.
Niyobi.
Hi, everyone. I think, first of all, I need to thank you for the invite and for the opportunity to be here and represent ourselves. I need to apologize as well for my crispy voice, but it's been a long week, so bear with me. My name is Niyobi. I'm a business development manager at OT Insight in EMEA. I focus on Revenue Insight, which is our business intelligence solution. OT Insight is a data intelligence platform for the hospitality industry. We support more than 55,000 partners globally, including the main chains, local chains, management representation groups, and independent hotels as well. We provide a suite of solutions around rate shopping, market intelligence, business intelligence, and also parity. And I'm really happy to be here and speak about the pressing topic of this moment.
Okay, so let's quick start and let's give it a kick. Maybe we should ask this broad question today. How can online distribution help the travel company in this new future? Because we, as you know, COVID been there. There was a life before and the life after. Things have moved on. How can today online distribution help travel companies?
So I would like to start with a question, quick question. If you are looking for an answer of a question, or if you are looking for a product that you need, what is the first action you take? So go online. So yeah, internet, right? So as a guest, let's think about, we are a guest. So we are looking for a product, I mean, a hotel room. So the first thing that we need to do to look at the internet, right? To check the internet site, to check the travel agencies or hotel websites and so on, right? Yeah. So internet is very important thing. So that's why we found the Hotel Runner 10 years ago to digitize the whole travel industry. So let's remember the 10 years ago, for example, there are lots of properties physically, but they were not online at that time. So we have an idea to digitize the whole travel industry. We started with the accommodations. So we have an idea, yes. So we built this Hotel Runner product, including many software solutions for accommodations, including channel manager, booking engine, website builder, rate management, guest management, payment processing, and so on. Even they can buy a domain name via Hotel Runner platform. They can create your email addresses. They can choose a template to create a website. They can put our booking engine to their website and to get online reservation from their website. And then, thanks to our solutions, which is channel manager, they can connect to whole travel agencies, and then they can send their inventory to them. They can manage all travel agencies in a single place. I mean, we are not a software company. It seems, but it's not. We are a platform, whole platform, including many software solutions in it. We call us like peer-to-peer network marketplace. As, for example, all the travel industry players can find each other, can contact, can contract, can connect, and transact between themselves. So, as you understand, we are not a software company, so we have a platform. Hotel Runner is a peer-to-peer network marketplace for all travel industry players. So we have started to digitize the product owner. Who is the product owner? Hoteliers itself. So that we needed to digitize the hotel's room, and then 2014 we have started to digitize the travel agency as well. So when we made hotels room digitized, and then we started to digitize the travel industries to make them connected. So now we are here. We have more than 46,000 properties from 193 countries, and we digitize more than 100 travel agencies from offline to online. This is our proud, and we keep going to digitize the whole travel industry, like travel agencies. So actually we started to digitize the third-party service providers as well for the travel industry, like tour transfer and so on, tour transfer companies and so on. Yeah.
Thank you. Maybe we need to explain something here in order to make it more clear. We have two especially for travel agents, which are Mohammed and Fuad. Rida here is making a balance between travel agents and hospitality, as it is a platform to connect travel agents to hotels. So I wanted to make it clear for the audience, so you can find yourself in either each panelist. So let's maybe follow with Muhammad here. Can you give us your opinion about how today online distribution can help travel agents, especially with the news that are coming in this last week?
Okay, thank you. Yep. I think the first thing is to not consider IT and technology like a tool, but more like an instrument that we will use every day to create data, to distribute data, to create our product. This is very, very important. Technology is a business catalyst that can push business worldwide in several countries. I'm here to represent the part of travel agency. So in fact, I like to work from 10 years ago closely with travel agencies to develop solution for travel agency. And I will focus in two main big product or line of businesses, flights and hotels. Flights actually in Morocco is basically GDS from Amadeus. So we started as integrate Amadeus. It was the first African company to integrate Amadeus World Services in 2011. And after that, we covered all Amadeus and GDS services. But now we have the new standard from IATA and the new distribution capabilities from IATA and NDC. And NDC is deployed in several companies, big player. And actually, we are working with NDC big player, and we are certified Air France NDC level 4 is the highest level, and we are certified CAP from Amadeus. That means we have ability to distribute GDS content. The main important thing about this is to distribute with in the web, in the application. We have everyone now have application Android and iOS and need to book a flight directly, simply, without any problem. So this is about airline, and we hope that NDC will be deployed very, very soon in the big player, and it will really change the game. The second one is hospitality and hotels. So even travel agency need a system to create their own hotel contracts, and we developed a whole solution about that. And they need a solution to create content, because contract have a content, and to distribute this content in multi-channel solution. So the second thing, I think we need to consider technology as a part of the vision of the company, and not just a number of tools that we can use or not use daily. To do that, we need an organization based on new human resources, qualified, and new skills, new roles like community management, revenue management, and other roles. It's a must-have today. It's not a choice. It was a choice a few years ago, but actually I think it's a must-have, and we all need to have a new generation of organization. The last thing is data creation. So we need to create data. Now we have a new generation of travelers, millennial generation Z generation, and they are born with internet, with application, and they use daily internet. And if we want to communicate, to have this kind of new travelers, travel agency need to be present in multi-channel digital support, and this is not this is mandatory today. So I think this is my opinion.
Yeah, Mohammed, please. You know, in the past, I don't want us to be, you know, between geeks. Let's explain maybe the words NDC for people who might not understand what it is exactly.
Okay, I will try. It's not so complicated. So no, it's so simple. We had GDS in between company, airline companies, and distributor travel agency. IATA want to have direct distribution from the company and the travel agency, and they create a new standard in 2015, 2016. Now we are in version 20, and using this standard, travel agency can use direct connection to the company and get new rates, the best rates, and more rich content, because the problem was the content. We need to have more content directly from the company.
So this is something huge. I mean, maybe it's going to change the way how business will be done with between travel agents and their suppliers, especially I'm talking here airlines. How is it about hotels? Are there things moving on this way? Maybe there are some works that are developed in this order.
Yes, we, as I said, travel agencies and hotels need to have a system to manage their own contract, to manage their content, to create rich content, because we are talking about technology, but some kind of technology we cannot have them if we don't have that. For example, if we speak about big data, about artificial intelligence, BI, we need data. It's mandatory. So we are thinking for a new solution. It's the first time we will speak about that. Fractalite is preparing the first PMS based on the cloud in Morocco, and we are trying to make that in the market very soon, and to have this data in the hotel side.
Okay, thank you, Mohammed. Guillaume, can you please help us, give us your insight about how online distribution can help hotels perform better, makes maybe better margin. Let us go into, you know, direct distribution, GDS, OTAs. How can we do that?
I would say, but let me step back a bit, because we talk about Amadeus, we talk about big system and distribution in general. So my background is IT. I'm coming from PMS company and as well from Amadeus Hospitality mainly. And I joined 1 year ago the revenue management word, let's say, because it's a different word. So so basically, I'm not coming from revenue management. So I'm here as well to demystify a bit revenue management, because let me tell you a story. When I first started this company, everyone, mainly in France, you know, told me, well, Guillaume, look, I'm not a hotel 100 room and I'm not in Paris, so I don't need to do revenue. But I was a bit shocked, and I say, but how come? Because you don't need to have 100 room to optimize your price and to optimize your profits, by the way. So why are you telling me that? And then I realized that they didn't know what was revenue management. So what is revenue management? So all in all, revenue management, gestion des revenus, it's just not a price. It's just all the strategy you have behind to anticipate your demands, and in function of your demand, you will fix a price, which is totally different from what you can say, because basic people say it's raising the price. No, sometimes it's also decreasing your price, actually. So all in all, it's a long way we have in the journey. And I think now on Morocco, and I talk to many hotels, we need a lot of automation with tools and with technology, because we see a lot that with the renaissance, with the reborn of the markets, we need to automate all the process. We talk about process, I agree with Heiner as well. I will quote you because in France, many people saved a lot of money as well. So why don't we cross-sell, upsell within the hotel industry, but not only, because revenue management can apply to any perishable inventory. So it's not only to hotel, can be car parking, it can be even in a bakery if we want. I'm not sure the customer would be happy with that, but usually in bigger industry. But every perishable inventory can be optimized. So mainly here in Morocco, we can apply it to hotels, hotel chains, but not only. For example, there is more and more revenue management in airports parking, for example, for big structure. So automation is key. I was in Marrakesh 3 days ago. I was in Casablanca yesterday, and now happy for the first time to be here in Rabat. And what I take as a feedback is that it's like everywhere in Europe, and I didn't think that in Morocco, that it's more and more difficult to find people, qualification, and to have employee for reservation, for night audits, for people working in the hotel. So we tend to do always more with less. So in this case, less resources. So we need technology to automate all the processes. So we talk about content, we talk now about processes, and as well this technology in order to help you to spare time. So maybe nowadays one person needs to do the job of two, or maybe more, it depends on the organization. So we need this technology to save you time and to help you to trust in technology. So that's my second point. So first is automation. Second is take the right decision. We talked about data as well. But data means everything and nothing. Everyone has data. But then we need to check, is it what we call clean data? Is it smart data? Or it's just a mix of data? I cannot take any advantage of it. So basically, what we tend to do in the revenue management is taking your data and make it smart data. So basically, to drive more conversion, as was saying Ali, conversion is a key point. But if you don't have the right data, you won't do any conversion. So that's my second point. And finally, it's also believe in technology because it allows you to work smarter and not harder. So if you've got the right process in place, you put your strategy, you've got automation, you get your conversion, and normally you should be profitable. So that's all in all a bit about the whole distribution process, but think about your profitability. When I talk to general manager in hotel, usually they just want to know one number, and the number is the occupancy rate. So what the occupancy rates? Wow, it's very low, it's not good. How come? Talk to your revenue manager. Maybe you make more profits with 60% occupation than taking groups or taking very little profitable customer with 100%. So now we need to change a bit this mindsets. We talk about Ali at the introduction, say we need to change our mindsets. And this is it. Today, the worst things you can do, it's not to do anything. So status quo is the worst thing we can do. If we stay on the same things, we will never get more profits. So we need to embrace technology, not everything. There is technology for everything. It doesn't mean it's a need for you. So you need to be careful. So we go back to your process, to your strategy, and finally to your profitability.
Thank you, Guillaume. Thank you for demystifying revenue management for us and explaining that occupancy rate is not the only source of truth, let's say, in hotels. Let's lend the word to Fouad, and he will explain how tech stack can work with travel agents. He has a great startup. I hope that he will talk about it. So the floor is yours.
I want to develop this question in three main advantages of technology, not only for travel agents, actually, but for the whole ecosystem. Travel products needs more distribution channels to sell more, but guess what? Distribution needs more products to sell more. And for that, you need visibility, and internet and technology is the best way to have this visibility. to connect with more travel professionals. That's actually what we are trying to do at Pivot. We use technology to connect sellers with resellers, sellers with sellers, and resellers with resellers. So the second point will be the most obvious one, which is automation. I'm thinking here about the growing trend of last booking. So the new generation just cannot think about booking a travel product without instant confirmation. And I'm also thinking about peak season, and I'm looking here to travel agents. It's a nightmare to manage daily operations for a travel agent in a peak season. So technology will give you this capability to automate all these repetitive things to give you more time to focus on the on your client, actually, on satisfying your client. And the third point will be centralization. Technology gives you the capability to empower data. And you can use data to reduce the vacancy. Any travel products in the world want to reduce this vacancy. So it's the best way to better segment your customers and so to refine your pricing strategy through revenue management.
Thank you, Fouad. Niyovi, can we speak a bit about competitivity, price shopping, how these tools and systems can help hotels and travel agents enhance their offers?
Indeed. And I think it will continue on the topic of automation inevitably, and also touch upon Guillaume's point about technology and embracing it, but embracing the technology that is right for you. It's, of course, across industries, the innovation comes through technology and digitalization. And that's been something that has been true, that is true in usual times. But even more so now, after a couple of years of going through unprecedented change, technology is even more important in fine-tuning our strategies and actually capitalizing on this returning demand. A lot of you, even here, travel professionals, hoteliers, might have experienced the struggles of the changes that have come after these 2 years. So less staff, less time, less manpower to capture and actually optimize this returning demand and how we can survive and flourish into this new normal. So technology is the way forward. It's the only solution to help us save time, focus on what's important, and navigate this situation. In hotels, we often talk about tech stack. Fouad mentioned it as well. There are things that are basic for your online distribution, your property management system, your channel manager, your booking engine, a lot of providers of this technology here in this panels today. But we've got a lot more that will help you do that. So Rate Shopper, for example, to your point, Zineb, is a technology that will help you understand your competitive edge. How do you position yourself across your concept? Maybe not just your primary concept, but the concept that you have for a weekend or a weekday, different sources of distribution, different channels. The possibilities are endless nowadays. So a rate shopper, right, like Rate Insights, for example, but again, automation with revenue management systems, like Ideas, a business intelligence solution like revenue management, Revenue Insight, that is going to help you understand the data that you get, which is big data. It's not easy to analyze unless you have the tool. And even more advanced things like market predictive tool like Market Insight. So I think that the keywords here that we've mentioned are automation and integration, and indeed they are key to achieve the commercial goals of hotels through technology. Just as a final comment, It's the sea. It's a sea of product. It's a sea of technology. There's a lot of options for you out there. To the thread that Guillaume started, you need to choose what is right for you, for your own property, for your own travel business, for your own needs that is going to help you achieve these goals, save time, navigate through this new world that we're living, but optimize the business that you get, make the most back out of each book.
Thank you. Maybe before wrapping up this session, I'll ask you in 3 words, what can we recommend? Let's give some takeaway to hotels and travel agents here. 3 words per each, because I'm running out of time here, guys. Quickly, can you start?
So it's really hard to choose first 3 words, by the way, but I try to. The first one is just 1 word, or it may be sentence. Okay. So please digitize your inventory, what you have. It's room, it's car, it's plane, it's whatever. The second one, be connected. After digitize your inventory, please be connected, because the connected trip is so important thing in the world right now, for the travel industry especially. The third one is I cannot find the third one actually. Tourism. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, please go on.
For me, the first one is transform all process with the digital tools that we have now. And the second one is we need to create data. Creating data, we can have access to more powerful tools that can help us to be more efficient. Thank you.
Guillaume, 3 words. I know you can do it.
If my mic phones, yes. Just I will go back and change them, because just to give you a more image sample, Niovi just talked about integration, so that would be one, because just for example, we are here 5 different companies and we are connected with 3 of them. So for example, Ideas is taking the rate shopping data from Niovi, so integration and saving time at the same time. And also with Hotel Runner, so Ideas is almost connected with Hotel Runner now. So that's integration. Good. Second will be automation, because of the reborn of the Renaissance. So we definitely need to find ways to save time. So I can't repeat Reza, he said it. I can't repeat Mohammed or Niovi and Fouad as well for automation. So guys, I leave it in your hands.
Maybe I will repeat what I said before: diversification, automation, centralization.
I cannot make it quicker than you. I would say collaboration of commercial teams, sales, GMs, revenues, distribution, marketing. They used to work in silos, but we need to create this common commercial goal and work towards it. Efficiency through effectiveness. Again, automation, save time, work smarter, not harder. Focus on the important things. And the third one, a takeaway to think about is maybe the pandemic has changed, or the changes of the world has changed how we look at data. We used to look at post-booking data in hotels in order to make decisions. Maybe we want to start thinking about pre-booking data, intention to book, turning lookers into bookers, and capture the demand that has not already been created.
Thank you, Niovi. You know, last night when we were kind of discussing this panel, one question popped into my mind, and it was like, I will leave it open for meditation. Will technology ever be enough? And with that, I'm sorry to maybe ask this question in the middle of a travel tech event, but I think it's interesting to understand that technology will ever be enough if we don't start maybe the reverse thinking and start from the customer journey first. What are the touch points? How can we maybe get back to basics and do our job as a hotelier or as a travel agent first? So I leave it here. Do I have to wrap it up in French? OK. Rapidement. Alors, on a commencé avec Riza. Il nous a dit que globalement, quand on veut commencer à faire une recherche pour un voyage ou un produit ou un sac ou une clé, où est-ce qu'on fait ça? On fait tout ça sur Internet. Alors avant, il y a 20 ans, Internet n'existait même pas. Donc là, on voit à quel point la digitalisation a pris le dessus. Et c'est de là où est venue l'idée de créer Hotel Runner. C'est aujourd'hui, 80% des réservations, en tout cas dans le monde du voyage, se font sur Internet et 70% sur mobile. Donc, ce qui est aujourd'hui énorme. Aujourd'hui, étant un hôtel ou une agence de voyage qui n'est pas distribuée sur Internet et encore moins sur le mobile, ça veut dire que je me prive d'une part de marché qui peut être importante. Ensuite, on a beaucoup parlé de contact, contract, connect and transact. C'est vraiment les 4 mots essentiels de Hotel Runner. Et ça fait d'Hotel Runner quelque chose de plus qu'un channel manager. C'est vraiment une interface commerciale de vente. Ensuite, Mohamed nous a parlé de vraiment une avant-première aujourd'hui dans le monde de la distribution. C'est tout ce qui est DNC avec la connectivité GDS. Donc, aujourd'hui, ça va vraiment révolutionner. Je ne sais pas si vous réalisez à quel point l'ampleur de ce qui vient de se produire. Aujourd'hui, ça va révolutionner la distribution des opérateurs aériens. Et on a besoin d'opérateurs aériens pour gagner des parts de marché à l'international en tant que Maroc, en tant que destination. Donc, merci pour ça. Il a aussi parlé de contenu, il a aussi parlé de big data, il a aussi parlé d'automatisation. Donc, aujourd'hui, le fait d'automatiser nos process et nos interfaces, c'est extrêmement important. Et puis, Guillaume a parlé d'un sujet, bon, il a parlé de mon premier amour, qui est le revenu management, bon, disons mon deuxième, comme ça, je ne me fâche pas ce soir avec mon mari. Donc, il a essayé de démystifier un petit peu le revenu management en expliquant que ce n'est pas qu'une problématique de riches, mais c'est aussi une problématique de pauvres et qu'il ne s'agit pas seulement d'augmenter son prix, mais de réfléchir à d'autres solutions pour créer du chiffre d'affaires supplémentaire même quand ça ne va pas, et que le taux d'occupation n'est pas le seul indicateur ou n'est pas du tout l'indicateur pour exprimer la performance d'une unité hôtelière. Et puis, Fouad nous a parlé de Pivot. Alors, Pivot, en fait, c'est une start-up qui permet de distribuer des produits. Il a très bien dit. Il a dit que la technologie a besoin de produits, mais les produits ont aussi besoin de technologie. Donc, on n'a pas assez de produits à distribuer. Et donc là, j'invite tous les acteurs du voyage à réfléchir comment distribuer le Maroc autrement, comment vendre nos circuits autrement, comment chercher à mettre en avant la destination de façon un peu plus créative. On aura l'occasion pendant le prochain lab pour parler un petit peu de créativité, de contenu créatif. Donc, ça fait une belle transition pour toi, mon cher ami. Et puis, Neovi nous a parlé d'un rate shopper. Ben, en fait, c'est un comparateur de prix qui vous permet de voir un petit peu où est-ce que vous vous positionnez par rapport à votre competitive set, que ce soit un competitive set primaire pendant les weekdays ou secondaire pendant les week-ends. Elle a aussi beaucoup parlé d'intégration de systèmes connectés. Aujourd'hui, ça ne sert à peu près pas à grand-chose d'avoir plusieurs systèmes si aucun ne parle à l'autre. Ça devient plus une complexité et une charge supplémentaire pour vos collaborateurs plutôt qu'un outil d'aide ou quelque chose qui apporte un plus à votre activité. J'espère que je n'ai rien oublié. Donc, sans plus tarder, je vous invite à prendre la pause à l'extérieur. Et on revient dans 15 minutes. Voilà.
Great job. Great.
would love to drag your attention to this last panel, the third panel, and I could say in a competitive way, the best panel. This is how it goes in every industry, even in the panels industry, there's competitivity. So the main topic we're gonna discuss or we're gonna talk about is content again, but this time content as a king. I think Mr. Zilmat have invited me 3 years ago in the Marrakesh Digital Days, 3 or 4 years ago, and I've been starting my talk saying or asserting that content is still the king because it used to be, and then the focus went out there, and then it came or it happened that content came to its place. And today we're with the major tech travel panelists, and we would love to see with them with every kind of camera view. Is it from the OTAs or from the user or from the travel agency or from the technology itself? Because there's something that we will discuss probably, which is AI content, generated content, but also what is content for search engines and how we could mix creativity with the rules of being the first to be discovered in Google or whatever kind of search engine in the internet. So I will kick off this panel with Zainab, who is very sensitive to content, to be, like you've been said in the second panel, one of the competitive ways to attract people when they are connected. I'm speaking about the users. So for you, what is a creative content that the industry, whatever kind of industry you can speak about, maybe your customers or yourself, to get your user catched and to be sure that this content is very near to authenticity. So what is your business unit, or what is your philosophy or your strategy as a professional?
Okay. This is a very philosophical question. We didn't agree on this one. Let me start with this one. If you're a hotel or a travel agent and you don't have an international brand that has its own brand markers, what do? You need to create your own, right? So how it starts with your DNA. What's your DNA? And your future customer or your future clients needs to feel it before even coming to your hotel or before even booking your package. So if you take the customer journey, let's say tomorrow we're all maybe going to Bora Bora. Well, it's just a dream. Then you start looking at Bora Bora, okay? You just imagine yourself, you know, going to snorkeling and maybe diving, etc. So you start looking at pictures and you start looking at videos and you start going into Instagram and TikTok, etc. All this media that we are now using. So you start thinking, I like this one and I like this other hotel. And this travel agent is maybe proposing something which is completely different and getting out of, you know, out of the box. So first, if I want to structure this, maybe these few words, let's get the customer journey and the touch points as our first reflection, and imagine how we start dreaming about our stays. How we start imagining our stay. So at this exact point, we need to send creative contents that are linked to our DNA. But what is our DNA? Which is another question that we need to answer. So, and I started with some of my clients and friends this exercise, especially when they don't have an international brand at the entrance of the hotel. What is your DNA? What is your identity? What do you want to make feel the customer before even coming at your place? And it's an interesting exercise. It's, you know, it's you start like asking yourself like even who you are, and then you started thinking, okay, if you're a hotel in Casablanca, and then it brings me to another subject, which is marketing and offers. And then we have to link our hotel and our offers and our packages, if I am a travel agent, to the destination that I'm selling. Please stop sell hotel rooms. Please stop selling, an air flight plus rooms, but instead, let's sell experiences. Instead, let's sell what we can do in the cities. For example, the street food in Casablanca is amazing, and we started this brainstorming with another hotel, and we started thinking about mahlaba. You know, mahlaba in Morocco, when you go and you buy your juice, it's something very local, and my intention here is not to speak and do, you know, folklore washing. I don't really want to sell Moroccan folklore, but the mahlaba experience is can express something very authentic, and it can be part of our DNA. For example, shfinj, you know, we have this Moroccan pastry with tea, and this is a way of being creative. Let's think our roots. I am a very Moroccan person, very attached to my roots, and make it our DNA to, you know, attract more customers and convert. Niovi was speaking about conversion and how we can transfer lookers into bookers. Second thing, once, let's say you dreamed about your stay and now you're ready to book. So you go into the booking engine, you start looking at your stay, and then surprise, standard room, surprise, economic room, surprise, looking patio room. I'm like, who's going to book this room? Not me, and obviously not the other customers. So obviously, maybe you can attract, maybe you are doing SEA and SEO marketing, then spending a lot of money, but instead work on your contents and on your DNA, work on the room types naming, work on the different activities that you're selling around Marrakesh and around Casablanca, well, around the destinations. That was my thought about the subject.
I just wanted, before getting to Shihan, to give a proof to what you're asserting here. Who knows what is panache? Panache. So it's really popular. It's really local. So you don't have to be ashamed of getting out of the box and probably adding a local value, which is something very emotional, to something that could have more difficulties to be emotional, which is the stay.
Yeah.
This is what you're bringing, but I'm gonna need your help a little bit later.
Okay.
Thank you, Zainab. So Shihan, I want to ask you a question also about content, but in relationship with automation. And I would love to ask you this question in two ways. The first one, you know, the customer today is somewhere. Mainly he's on media, on social media. And one of the social media that are thriving and that are exploding lately is TikTok. And TikTok, as a company, as a tech company, they brought a lot of automation to onboarding the users. They know exactly that he will manage to scroll, he will manage to click, he will manage to share, etc. This typical content. It's a kind of difficulty for creatives, for people in the industry, to come up with the right creative ad, the right creative promotion to interpel the user? This is the first automation question. Do you mind to answer first? And
But before answering your question, I would just say thanks for having me here. That's the first. The second one,
Mike.
I'm glad to hear everyone is agree that content is the important and the key
Your
to our-
microphone, please. Yeah, or maybe use mine.
Right. So sorry for that. I hope everyone heard what I was just saying before. Actually, it's glad to hear that everyone is agree about the quality content, how can support our industry. So this is something was important, and I was questioning if the audience and speakers are agree about this content importance. So we are all okay with the content importance. I would just give some information, research results about the content and the effect of the conversion, because this is our topic. When we check the universities who is really strong on travel industry, that they always do research, and the outcome of those research, like I had two research to read before I jump into that topic, was about the picture effect, right picture, how it's affect the conversion. The second one was the multilingual verbal content, how it's like supportive for the conversion. So both results were amazing when we checked the result. So one of them, I mean the Cornell University's one, they are saying that the true content and multilingual one is effective and supportive by 11%. I mean, as a result, it's brought 11% increase on the reservation, so which is important. And the other one, University of South Florida, was actually informing everyone that the right picture helps the conversion and increase the conversion by 31%. So those numbers are proof of the content importance in our industry. So just as a beginning, I want to share my thoughts about the quality content and the result of it. Regarding your question, I mean, when we check it, when we say automation for the content, there are like many media channels, as you say. It's amazing if you can manage them all, by a single tool, which is great. But before that, I mean, in our industry, we do work with multiple channels. Like we have travel agencies, we have our own booking engine website, and our own social media channels. And then for that, we have systems, I mean, content management system, CMS, what we call. So those systems actually helping us to centralize our content and manage it easily, send those, I mean, distribute this content automatically to the all destinations that we want to represent our visibility. So other than that, I would just try to explain the localization. I mean, the importance of localization. It's also important. I'll just give one sentence about my experience. I mean, I had my honeymoon holiday in Egypt. The only thing that I remember from my honeymoon experience was the fruits quality in Egypt. I had the same thing in Morocco, in Casablanca. So imagine that only the fruit can be effective. You mentioned, I mean, Zainab mentioned about the local foods. And now we are thinking to go back to Egypt only because of this experience that we had. I mean, we want to enjoy our, time in Egypt.
But she said there's very nice food in Casablanca too.
Actually, we were together yesterday. She never helped me to find that food. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there is any. So I'll expect her to take me out there somewhere to show the other local foods. But what I can say, your fruits are amazing.
So you were having one another question,
Yeah,
I guess.
I think you've answered a big part of it.
All right.
And maybe at the end of this session, you're gonna bring these 3 suggestions, and I will tell you what is the missing part of my question. So,
Right.
Asil, I just heard that you are not only into or in the industry, but you're also an author. It tells a lot about someone who digs into his own experience to come up with a creative wording or a creative chapter or a creative book. How do you think, to continue on what Shihan was saying, automation can be the opposite or no, or maybe a friend of good creativity or efficient creativity? Because you talked about conversion. It's interesting to be very creative, but it's more interesting to be both creative and efficient. How do you think you can put aside this this very philosophical way of creating content or creating videos or pictures to have more and more automated processing, so you get into competitivity and you have an output for your input?
That's a beautiful question. Thank you. I'll answer that, but before, if I may, just thank you for the invitation and for everybody that have been involved in the organization of this event. It's really great to be here and to share this. And maybe if I may as well, just a few words about me for those who doesn't know me.
Yes, please. I'm sorry, I didn't ask you to present yourselves, and probably later Shihan will do.
So my background is more like marketing. I used to work in marketing agencies in Paris. Then I moved to Southeast Asia, where I actually launched a marketing agency for hotels. So we were doing this with my business partner for like 7 years. So basically managing marketing online campaigns for hotels to bring more traffic on their website. And then at some point we realized that we were generating a lot of traffic on their website, but it was not converting enough. So we started to recommend tools for them to improve the conversion on the website, and just spending a lot of time on that, until we decided, you know what, why not create our own tool? Now that we've been dealing with the hoteliers for many years, we know exactly what they want. So let's try to do this. So this is where it took me today. So I'm one of the co-founders of UserGuest. And what we do at UserGuest is we help hotels to increase conversions on their website with automation, personalization, and conversion, like the keywords that you just mentioned. And to answer your question, I'd like to start with like a small story, if I may, to share with you. Yesterday, I had kind of a busy day. A lot of meetings and work. It's like normal day for obviously like someone that works in the tech and the startups. And I usually skip breakfast because I'm like that. I don't like to eat in the morning. And but then I also skipped lunch because of the meetings and the work. And at some point I'm like, okay, I don't even have time, obviously, to cook or not even to order food. And in a meeting, I just open my phone and I open an application that you probably know, which is Glovo, right? So with one click, I open Glovo. The second click, 1 second click, my food was ordered, paid, and delivered. 2 clicks. It took me 2 seconds to get my food. So this is the magic of tech. As simple as it looks, very simple, but behind it's a whole mess, obviously, and it's a big technology. But what happens is that Glovo had my address, my card, my banking details on my credit card. They knew what I ordered last time. they probably knew that I wanted to order it again. Like these days, I'm into healthy food, just like ordering like a poke with vegetables, no chicken, nothing. I was lazy to just like pick again everything, but it was just one button reorder. And then you don't even need to confirm it because Glovo went further and gave you just a few seconds to cancel it if you don't agree. So that's, for me, that's magic, that's amazing. And this is for me relevant. Why? Because today, the transformation, the evolution already happened. Because I'm now ordering on Glovo, my booking behavior is changed. I'm watching Netflix. I may order like a Uber. I'm buying on Amazon. But I'm also the same one that is gonna also look for a hotel or book a room. So you cannot, I expect also hoteliers and all this platform to be as efficient as my Glovo application, as my Uber, as my Netflix and everything. So what is happening, I think currently, and it's beautiful because we have so much things to do in the hospitality industry that it's lacking a lot of tech to get there, because the people, consumers, users are already trained and used to have everything easy, customized, personalized, automated, fast, which is great. I love tech. And I love that yesterday, just in 1 second, I could order like a food and just have it like easily. So what I think one big thing to consider for hoteliers, but also like everybody working in the hospitality industry, it's to try to think as the users and to understand that users want like the same level of service and automation and conversion as this other platform. So there are a lot of tech companies, including UserGuest. This is also what we try to do. We definitely try to make things easier for hoteliers, for revenue managers, but also for users to make like a better experience on hotel website. It's to actually consider the technology, the automation, to provide a better service. So yes, I think automation and conversion are definitely very important. There is a lot of tech behind, a lot of data. This is the main things. The more important things is like collecting a lot of data, being integrated to many sources of data, and then to do the job to analyze this data and provide the best experience for users, but also for hoteliers.
Well, thank you, Asil.
Thank you.
For now, I will ask Rainer about how or what is the gap between two kind of actors. From a side, you have the OTAs and tour operators that have been working a lot on content, both for the tourism actors themselves, I mean, hotels, restaurants, but also for destinations. It happened that OTAs were like in concern of the content of a destination. What is now we are talking about a direct access from the business unit or the hotel or the restaurant to its customer or his customer. Now we need to find a solution for the difficulty or the lack of content that is created by the operators themselves. And then we need to find a way how to create a creative hub, a creative lab, to think all together what are the main streamlines we should follow to be on the trends, to be visible and to be understood. So what do you think is the difficulty about? What are the main solutions you can provide us or provide the industry as advices?
Thank you very much. I thought you want to ask me why I'm back here. Perhaps you asked why I'm here for the second time. We had a strong fight, the panelists behind the scene, and only the strongest was allowed to be here again. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm representing my colleague who got ill yesterday and couldn't come, so that's why I'm here for the second time. I'm trying to answer your question, which is very difficult. I think it's about consistency. I talked about that before, the consistency of user-generated content and official content. And here it's about if you have pictures of a destination, pictures of a restaurant, they might look totally different. So what is the one source that you can trust in? That's probably the challenge that an OTA would have, you know. Where do I get consistent data of a destination? I don't have an answer for that. I think there needs to be a standard somewhere, a standard portal somewhere where destinations could store their images like we at Giata are starting to implement for the hoteliers. So we want to be the one place where all the hotels can upload their content, and from us, the content will be delivered to the various sales channels. It's not only for our benefit, of course, we want to make money with that, but it should be a benefit to everybody in the ecosystem. There's very basic information. You were talking about creativeness and authentic content. Very important, and we cannot help you in that, but we can help you with total basics. And one of the total basic is, again, consistency, that the same pictures will be shown on various different OTAs, on various different travel agency websites. It always needs to be consistent, because if a consumer or potential consumer sees that type of picture here and a totally different type of picture there, he will be confused and he's not going to make the choice because he doesn't know what he gets. So we want to be there helping you in that, or the hoteliers in that. And how do we do it? Because we make it structured. If you send your content to the various OTAs and travel banks and so on, you have your own structure, and they need to adapt to all the individual structures. We have one main structure. We name this type of hotel, we name it the same. We name bathroom pictures, and not wellness temple pictures. So it's very structured, and that helps you to distribute it into the world. Next one is multilingual. If you want to increase your visibility, you need to go into various new markets. To do so, you need to be multilingual. Now, translation is difficult. For example, we have created our own algorithm of translating the content. We're translating descriptions of hotels in 25 different languages, and we do it much better than Google. It's also AI behind. Of course, we are not having people there doing it, but we had people that fed our algorithm with grammatical rules. So not only with words by words, but with grammatical rules. And we have focused on vocabulary only of the travel industry, on the tourism industry. And these two factors make our translation so much better than the Google one. And the proof is that Google is using our translation when they show hotel description in languages like Dutch, for example. So that shows it. So I hope I could answer your question at least a bit. Let me just stress one more thing that is important to me besides creativeness and authentic. It's accuracy and it's currency. So it has to be the newest pictures. You have to update your pictures, being a destination, being a hotel. The picture should not be older than 2 years, because it looks different today than it used to look 2 years later. And so you always have to be accurate. So you need to find a solution of how can you keep your data, your content updated. And that's one portal. It's ours.
Thank you so much. If you don't mind, I will hack the system. I will ask you a second question, but I'm going to have 4 answers very quick in few words about the content or the creative content that should be produced by the destination itself. Let's say we're talking about Morocco. We, of course, have l'ONMT. What is l'ONMT en anglais? Tourism Board, who's responsible of the main part of it. But we know that we all have to help them have more insights, have more creative experiences, and have more different ways of implementing what the actors are about, what the very specific attributes of roads, of whatever kind of experiences. So who do you think in this creative lab should be responsible of the content near the tourism board? Qui serait responsable ou qui se porterait responsable à côté de l'ONMT de produire du contenu à long terme de telle sorte à travailler sur la destination? We're talking about the destination because as a hotel, I can manage to work on my own content. But as a destination, as a city, as a region, as a country, it's a little bit different. And it's for me a kind of no man's land. So we have to get more all together, working together, collaborating on this chapter. What do you think about it, Zainab?
Yeah, thank you for this very smart question as usual. You know, let me take it a bit to maybe more microeconomic aspects. When you, one more time again, when you try to sell, let's say, horse riding in the ocean Atlantic of Casablanca, for example, where is the content of that? You know, you want to link your hotel to this kind of passion. Let's say you're passionate about horse riding, or you're passionate about surfing, or you're passionate about golf. And we know as Moroccan that you can do all this stuff in Morocco. You just need 5 days and you can do a lot of wild, create funny things in Morocco. But as you said, I'm a hotel. And then I realized that I need this kind of offers, or maybe I'm a travel agent. And then I realized that maybe there is a market for this kind of packages and I need to push it through maybe online, etc. And by the way, Airbnb, they were fantastic with this. Well, they started with hotels and they also said to small lodging owners, and they asked them, you know what, if you cannot take some good pictures, let me do it for you. They send photographers to you in order to make your content looks better for you. So as a hotelier, sometimes you need to be an accountant, sometimes you need to be a concierge, sometimes you need to be a head cook. So you have a lot of things to manage throughout the day. So and then you say, okay, let me ask maybe a marketing agency to do that for me. And then you sign the contract with the marketing agency and you expect miracles to happen, and nothing happened because, you know, and it creates frustration. It has to come from the hotels itself. It has to come from the people that are working with the clients, with the guests. And that's why we say, know your guests, know their preferences, know what they want. And then with the tourism board, I think it might be interesting to create a lab where we can think about all the experiences that we can market or, you know, sell around Morocco with different actors. It might be, you know, creative people, marketing agencies, communication agencies, to think about specific content per each destination.
Thank you so much, Zainab. So Shihan, the same question, but
Right.
from the view of hotel runner.
Right. So what I can say, I mean, you asked for the destination content, but when I check the content, believe that all the journey should be connected and seamlessly. So that's the reason why we should cooperate with all the parties in the ecosystem, and we should make it seamlessly as much as we can to have, you know, better destination present, like promotion, and better hotel promotion and cafe promotion, you know, culinary promotion. So we can just like separate them and individually check. The whole process should be definitely seamlessly connected, and, you know, as we all discussed, like multilingual. From my perspective, the cooperation is the key for the, you know, destination itself. What I can say, of course, government is the main responsible for that. But then all the parties also should, you know, invest and help the government for that main mission to make destination better and visible globally.
Thank you so much. So
You're
if-
welcome.
If we share the responsibility between all of us,
All
I
parties.
believe people like you in Hotel Runner will make us more visible. and
Definitely.
will sell us
I mean,
more
let me
easily.
definitely. I mean, let me just give you the proof of it. I mean, when you check the big brands today, I mean, when you go to big travel agencies, you see that they do, for example, hotel marketing with 40 different languages, but in the same time, they do destination marketing itself. So even the travel agency's website, you saw the country's good places, touristic destinations. So it's all together and it's all connected. And one another thing, I always keep telling this, but it's important. I give too much importance about this localization. I mean, not just translating the things, it's never enough. I mean, we should definitely put more effort to give the best of our country, like the unique stuff that we have in our country. As I just mentioned, I mean, you have beautiful dish, you have beautiful fruits, you have to put that online while you are providing this quality content to your the targeted countries, for example.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Asil,
Yeah, just to complete what they said, which is already, I think, great and relevant. Just talk about experience. Zineb mentioned this before, so I would also always highlight the experience before, like just like the pictures, or just really to try to.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Just to, because I want a very focused answer to a very focused question. Who's responsible of the destinations content? We already have a champion here, talking about the tourism board, but who's else in the whole industry, but maybe also the citizens? I don't know. I want your point of view as a user guest. What do you think? Who do you think could afford to help the destination to be more visible through creative content, or through creative content?
Definitely us as well. Yeah, user guests as well. So, yeah. So I think as Shihan said, it's a combination of different and a lot of actors that will promote the destination. And what I would just like quickly suggest and recommend would be to the segmentation. So we have to provide the right experience and content to the right market. This is what we do a lot at User Guest. So it's about, like, for example, Morocco, there is like a lot of surfing and beautiful beaches. So let's promote this for the Australian market, for example, and just put like a lot of visibility there and a lot of content. Then we have also a lot of golf experience. Why not promoting it like mostly in the UK, for instance? So it's also about getting the content, but also pushing it to the right markets at the right time. So yeah, combination of several actors and segmentation, personalization. That would be my words.
Thank you. Rainer, what about you?
Okay, let me try to be as quick as possible. I think you should engage the travelers themselves into the activity, making user-driven content, but based on kind of a competition. What do people look mostly for on a vacation? It's fun. People love to laugh. So if you ask the travelers, send us a short video of your most funny experiences in Morocco, you will probably be amazed of what content you will get. And if you would put that together in a short video, only funny moments that people that used and had experience in this country, that will probably a very unique content. And you can do the same with golfing. I mean, it's great. I'm a golfer and I love to see nice golfer pictures and nice golf sceneries. But if you ask golfers, show me your, share with me your most funny situation on a golf course in Morocco. And if you put that together, you have totally unique content and you have absolute creative content. So try to engage the users, the travelers into that concept. That would be my recommendation.
Thank you so much. So If I may just do like the other panelists, I will sum up maybe in French, but for sure, I won't be very specific to what you said because I'm compromised with my own opinion. I'm really sorry. I'm not any scientific doing this way, but this is how I gonna do it, and then we can fight. We can fight later. Donc, ce que je voulais dire, c'est que j'étais compromis moi-même par ce panel. Enfin, d'abord par les panélistes et leurs affluents, mais aussi par la thématique. La thématique que M. Hamid Ben Tahar a évoquée, ça fait déjà 3 ans, je pense. Il voulait absolument qu'on crée tous ensemble. C'est la co-construction dont tu as parlé tout à l'heure, c'est Hamid. Il voulait qu'on crée un lieu, un tiers-lieu dans lequel on se voit, on se répète, on regarde ce qui marche, ce qui ne marche pas, mais aussi on essaie d'être ingénieux, on essaie d'être créatif. Et pour être créatif, il ne faut pas se dissocier, c'est ce que disait Sineb, de son ADN. Pour être créatif, il ne faut pas avorter l'être que nous sommes ou que nous avons été. Et donc, il faut raconter l'expérience locale, il faut ramener les petites choses. Ces petites choses, d'ailleurs, c'est aussi un peu la conclusion que tu donnais, Rainer. C'est elles qui vont faire la distinction du contenu, c'est elles qui vont faire la distinction de votre offre, et c'est elles qui vont faire oublier pendant quelques secondes là où vous êtes rudement mis en compétition, notamment le prix de la chambre, etc., etc. Pour parler aux hôteliers, mais ça vaut aussi pour les restaurants, ça vaut aussi pour le reste du secteur. Parce qu'un transporteur qui va ajouter quelque part une couche de créativité à l'intérieur du circuit, il pourra très facilement la refléter à l'extérieur, donc dans le produit qui va le catcher, qui va le driver. Et au final, on va pouvoir aller vers le confort de cette industrie et non pas se bagarrer dans les océans rouges. Donc, pour être créatif, on ne peut pas l'être seul. Pour être créatif, il faut, en fait, c'est Emmanuel Kant, je le répète souvent, qui dit qu'il n'y a pas d'idées nouvelles, il n'y a que synthèse d'idées. Et qui dit synthèse d'idées, ça peut être 2 idées créatives, ça peut être la data qui va nous donner des tendances, qui va nous donner des informations sur l'utilisateur et qui, finalement, pourront nous donner un accès un peu plus facile vers l'élément qui va pouvoir l'épater. Donc, merci beaucoup d'avoir parlé de Schwenge et de Panaché. C'est vrai qu'on vient de manger, mais tu m'as donné envie de redécouvrir Casablanca comme ça et peut-être d'inviter notre cher ami à changer d'orientation et de destination pour ses prochains voyages. Et c'est intéressant aussi de parler de typologie de contenu. Si vous permettez, c'est ce que j'ai entendu à ma façon. J'avais dit que j'allais écorcher vos interventions. C'est qu'il y a le contenu qui est créé de manière, on va dire, verticale par un gestionnaire de destination, qu'il soit un gestionnaire officiel ou un gestionnaire de grande taille qui est un tour opérateur ou autre. Il y a le contenu que l'individu, c'est-à-dire le grain, un hôtel, un restaurateur ou un transporteur, etc., il va faire chez lui, il va faire lui-même ou il va co-faire. Il y a le contenu qu'il va faire, donc il va négocier à l'extérieur et Zeynep n'est pas du tout d'accord pour ça et je peux la comprendre. Je pense que c'est un tout petit peu le sujet de ce Creative Lab. C'est qu'il n'y a pas de sous-traitance, il y a de la co-traitance. C'est que, ça c'est une expression arabe, comme ça on ajoute une 3e langue. On a besoin de tout pour faire un monde. Comment tu dis en anglais? En fait, ne gratte ta peau que ton doigt ou que ton ongle. C'est-à-dire que do it yourself. Et il y a le user-generated content. Et pour composer un tout petit peu, c'est vrai que ce panel, c'est le meilleur, mais il y avait des choses très intéressantes qui ont été dites tout à l'heure. On a parlé tout à l'heure de choses comme l'infrastructure. Donc, en effet, l'infrastructure, elle peut être externe dans la destination, mais elle peut être en interne dans la fluidité des échanges, des éléments qu'il y a à l'intérieur de l'expérience. Dans mon hôtel, dans mon restaurant, il y a une expérience du moment où j'arrive ou au moment où je paye mon addition. Donc, connecter ces éléments fait qu'on maîtrise davantage soi-même. Connais-toi toi-même de Socrate et on sait plus ou moins ce qu'on va apporter de bon. Peut-être qu'on ne pourrait pas plaire à tout le monde, mais on découvrirait petit à petit ces destinations qui nous guettent, qui nous veulent come as you are. C'est qui a dit ça? C'est C'est quelqu'un de chez vous, je pense, n'est-ce pas? Donc, venez comme vous êtes. Et là où j'aimerais qu'on soit tous, s'il vous plaît, courageux, vaillants, allons vers l'automatisation, allons vers la data, comprenons quel contenu pour quelle destination, mais imaginons aussi qu'on peut créer et peut-être stimuler une destination qui n'a jamais pensé venir faire du surf chez nous. Prenons cet élan de créativité ensemble, essayons, et pour essayer, il faudrait qu'on gère avec des moyens qui sont innovants, des moyens qui sont faciles, avec des téléphones, avec des médias sociaux, et on vérifie ce que ça donne. À l'image des gens que je vois aujourd'hui, j'apprends énormément de jeunes porteurs de projets parce qu'ils n'ont pas les mêmes moyens. Donc, quand ils essayent de gérer leur croissance, ils essaient en effet avec des moyens du bord, et c'est très intéressant de voir comment est-ce qu'on peut être créatif quand on essaie de faire avec les moyens du bord. Je n'essaie pas de détruire des bons de commande ou du chiffre d'affaires derrière ces conférences, mais j'essaie de dire que pour mieux adresser un marché qui revient de loin, qui renaît, c'est ce que disait Sihami tout à l'heure, la renaissance, il faudrait l'adresser avec prudence, avec humilité, mais avec beaucoup d'appétit. Donc, merci de m'avoir accepté comme modérateur de ce panel et au grand plaisir de débattre sur les 365 jours qui vont arriver.
Merci, c'est offert. Je pense qu'on peut l'applaudir. L'exercice n'est pas simple, mais il l'a très, très bien fait. Merci beaucoup, c'est offert. Merci à vous tous. Thank you very much. You're going to stay with us. I would like a picture with all the panelists who are still here. Tous les panélistes pour une photo, et après on prendra une deuxième tous ensemble. The panelists, if you can join. Les présidents de fédération, s'ils peuvent aussi venir avec nous. On avait Sikarim, Sizlmat, s'il est encore par là. Venez avec nous. Tous les panélistes, s'il vous plaît, c'est Smleli, s'il est encore là. On va faire une photo d'équipe. Merci. Bien, ça va? Est-ce qu'on est bien? Est-ce qu'on est beau? Toujours. C'est bien? Bien, c'est ça. Non, c'est pas parce que je comprends. Il y a beaucoup derrière ce événement. Donc, deux personnes que je voudrais qu'on applaudisse très fort, c'est Christophe et Reda. 2%. They are the person behind the events. Thank you very much. Et maintenant, même les participants, vous avez le droit de venir avec nous. Je ne sais pas comment on va faire pour rentrer, mais venez si vous voulez avec nous, on fait une photo. Je suis très, très, très heureux et très ému de ce moment. Je veux le garder en mémoire. J'ai autant aimé les échanges pendant les pauses que pendant les panels. J'ai vu qu'il y avait des échanges intéressants entre des mondes qui ne se parlent pas beaucoup. Marhaba bikoum. Venez, on va se serrer, on va trouver le moyen pour faire plusieurs. On fait, voilà, c'est une bonne idée. Ah, Creative Lab. C'est Creative Lab, c'est une excellente idée, ça. Yallah. Comme ça, on fait une équipe ici. Excellente initiative. Excellente initiative. Bravo. Allez-y devant. Vous voulez aller devant? Allez-y, allez-y. Je laisse le passage. Allez-y. Allez-y, mademoiselle. Elle va être sympa cette photo de la famille Traveltech et Hospitality. You're gonna be a nice picture. Very nice one. Mettez-nous l'image sur l'écran là, s'il vous plaît. Elle est sympa, non? Et والله العظيم, vous êtes beaux gosses. Et beaux gossats. Okay. Here. السفنج محلبة. محلبة. Alors, en tout cas, je voulais vous dire que c'était une vraie joie d'avoir partagé cette demi-journée avec vous. Désolé si c'était un petit peu lent. On est tous frustrés. Il y a plein de sujets qu'on aurait aimé développer un peu plus. Mais ce n'est que le début, ce n'est que le début ou mazel. Ce n'est que les débuts d'une collaboration, j'espère, qui va nous emmener très loin. Merci beaucoup et à bientôt. Au revoir.